Hi friends, this is Sadik. Today I am going to demonstrate how to use connected application in runtime environment endpoint platform to utilize to authenticate app or external entity to perform required operation on platform. Okay, so here you can see that one there is a one option available in the document is a connected app. Okay, here is a connected app. It's most of the times required to provide the access for the external entity to perform operational job, um, admin job on the platform apart from the CI/CD process. Okay, like extracting information from exchange, deploy, restart, or delete, or update. The operation, that kind of operation can be performed on the environment, uh, runtime environment. Okay, or the exchange or the API manager, that can be done. Okay, for that specifically user has to create a register an app to the AnyPoint platform, and then provide him the required authentication client ID and secret that the user can use to make a request and perform the operation within the scope which that has been assigned. Okay, here you can see that uh, if you go to the access management. Okay, here you can see that there is a connected app option. Okay, this is the connected app option, right? I have created one connected app option. um, I have registered one app here. Okay, Sadi Connect. But major part is that I am demonstrating here that how to utilize this connected app feature in any point platform to perform the operation with the CI/CD on runtime fabric. Okay, it is very useful. Sometimes we don't, as my in previous demo, I have demonstrated that how to use perform the CI/CD on runtime fabric using username password of a platform, any point platform. But here the options are available in the platform itself, that not required to share any username password for the user, that to perform CI/CD process or operational process, that part can be taken care using the connected app option. Okay, so is that you don't want to provide the permission to the user that to perform or log in into the platform and perform action. Okay, this person is only enabled to the user to whom you don't want to provide the option to log in on the platform or have limited options to perform operation in the platform. Okay, so let's go. As sometimes we are providing to username password for any point platform, then we are not able to restrict user to perform n number of options. Like if you are providing the options for the exchange, then it should have the admin user perform option. But here you can limit the user to extract the information from at exchange or perform the update, but cannot have the admin uh, roles of that section itself. Okay, so here is the main logic of the connected app, that is very useful. So let's see that how it works. So you can see that let me go and demonstrate here that I have created one app. Okay, that's simple. You have to go and register the name and just use the app act as on its behalf of client secret. Okay, you can keep it this one and add the scopes. Okay, you can add the scopes like that. Okay, once you add a scope, that will come next, and then next you can do that. Okay, so here I have already created. It's very straightforward steps. So you can, I have created one, and you can see that I have provided a number of operations that you can perform. Okay, because a runtime fabric, you need to have all access of the exchange and then API manager, a runtime fabric. So that's a specific operations or scope has to be assigned for the user to perform operation on runtime fabric platform. Okay, so here I have created. So once I have registered it, save this one, I got user client ID and client secret. Okay, that I have copied, I have kept for myself to configure for CI/CD process. That credentials will authorize request from CI/CD for platform to have token, and that with the help of that token I can perform the operation with the platform APIs. Okay, let me go here, and you can see that I have created Bitbucket. I have created one repository, one application. Okay, Anypoint RTF repo. Okay, you can see that it's a simple application. Okay, let me open my studio so I can explain the code. Okay, otherwise I'll explain here itself. Okay, this is the POM. Okay, you can see that profile I have created. The profile is that to build. Okay, the to build profile to build profile is that to publish application on exchange. Okay, and then I have created API as per my previous demo, that to create instance on the API manager. Okay, but here previous demo I have demonstrated to use platform username password, but here I am going to use corrected app credentials to perform operation on the platform on runtime fabric. Okay, so here is that, and you can see that this is the file where I have wrote methods. Those are going to I'm going to call for the application to perform the operation on API manager. Okay, API manager on exchange, extract information from exchange, and then like these operations, what it will do that it will extract the information from exchange, then it will create the API instance on API manager, and then it will deploy application over here with the API ID. So API instance ID, so that it will enable the API discovery. Okay, so what is let me go application. Okay, let me go here, that so this is the, and this is the deploy. Okay, how to deploy, you know that it's very simple one. You can see instead of username password I am using auth token. Okay, to perform to deploy the application. Okay, and how I am getting this auth token I'll explain you in later steps. Okay, so three profile I have created. One is for publish to exchange, then create this is the publish to exchange the application, and this is the create instance of API in API manager, and then deploy on the runtime fabric. You can see that runtime fabric I'm deploying runtime fabric deployment. Okay, and instead of username password I'm using token. Fine, and so this is the repository. Okay, let's go to the API manager RTF Groovy. Okay, let me go here. Okay, you can see that I have created the method. So once I will go to the main method. I'm going to call init. The init will be is here. What is the init? It will load the all the property and create the array variable in the application that I can use anywhere to access the uh, values for the proper or elements to perform the operation. Okay, like client ID, secret, grant type, token. This is the token which I am receiving from using the auth corrected app client ID secret. So I will explain you that how I am extracting that information and passing here. Okay, so once it is in it, then it will go to the provision API manager. Okay, you can see that provision API manager. Here I once I receive token from for as a input, I am I can get the token value from the properties, and then I pass here, then I get the profile details of my user, and then I'll extract the asset details. Like for my case I have created where API is Anypoint RTF repo. I have created a API that is published in exchange using following this flow. I have designed the YAML and published to the exchange. Okay, So it is in exchange, so I am extracting all the information. Okay, then I am checking if the any existing uh, instance has been created on API manager or not. If it's not, then I am creating a new instance and deleting old instance, like I am deleting the old instance. Okay, so these are all steps to create. Okay, most everything I am using the API. You can see that API, I'm using API, and with the help of the token. Okay, the all the operations I am performing with the help of token, which I am receiving with the help of connected app. Okay, this is the all configuration. Okay, this is the application, and this application is very simple application. It I am just passing here. I am just mocking the response like with Sadiq Ali or something like that. Okay, you can see that uh, this is the API which I have created. Okay, let me open the Exchange as well. Just Sadiq Ali. Okay, and then I have imported in my studio. I have updated the code. You can see that I have updated the code. Let me go to the code. Master, not master, this one demo. Okay, code I have just updated one comment. Okay, instead of Sadiq, I have wrote here. Let me show that where is the response. Okay, I have wrote that Sadiq is here. Okay, that's simple one. I change here. So this is the only part is that, and after I designed the API and I have published API into the Exchange. Okay, you can see this is the Exchange. I have published this API into Exchange itself. Okay, the version is 1.0.0, and this is the V1. Okay, so we not required to do any other task on the Exchange from our side. We have just published it. Okay, and imported in studio and updated the some logic or content of the flow to make it work for our purpose. Okay, so that's configuration is done. Fine, let's open the API manager. Okay, you can go to the application. You can see there is no application, only auth 4, which is deployed on cloud. It's not undeployed stage. And you can let me go to the API manager. Okay, you can see there is no API is not there is no API instance has been created earlier. So I'm going to perform this operation here, and you will see that there is no other instance is created, and it will be created by itself with the help of the Groovy scripts, which I have explained earlier. That is the this is the Groovy script. Where is the Groovy script? Go to the Groovy script. Okay, you can see that Groovy script is here. The same script which I have explained, that all the operations I'm going to perform with the help of Groovy scripts in the platform. Okay, extracting the information about the user and then creating an instance of the API. Okay, the application which the artifacts which we have published in Exchange, like this is the artifact. Okay, for to perform all this operation, I am using Bamboo, as I have used in earlier demo as well. You can see that this is the plan I have created. Okay, so what I have to do, let me run this application. Okay, let me run this application. You will see that in Exchange. Let me go to the Exchange first. Which version I have released for the application? Let me check the version from there. You can see that any point in time repo, I have exposed this in Exchange. I published this one Exchange earlier. So I'm going to perform this operation again. Okay, right now it's 1.0.18, but when if I release it, it will automatically the version will increment with 1, as the Bamboo will take care of the version, so I am using that functionality itself to update the version. Okay, so let me go you to show the steps. Okay, you can see that this is the steps, the plan I have created. Okay, you can see that the first plan is that to build the application. Okay, so it check out the code and build the application. You can see that a simple perform the build operation. Okay, and and execute the build profile to publish code to the exchange. Okay, you can see that as code was let me open the code. Okay, this is the main let me open the code. Okay, this you can see the POM. Here is the build profile. Okay, so with the help of build profile I'm executing I have configured steps to publish the code to the exchange. Okay, now you can see that a new version, right? The new version I have configured in my POM file over here. So I do not have to worry about which version is updated or there. It has been taken care by the uh, uh, this Bamboo, and Bamboo has the variable that it self provided variable not required to configure, so you can use it for that purpose. Okay, and the packaging is the MuleSoft application. Fine, you can see that the packaging I have configured as a MuleSoft application. Okay, and this is the one step. Okay, once it is published, okay, once it's published, you can go to the platform. Let me go to deployment, sandbox. Okay, let me go to the, this is the configuration I have done. This is for dev environment, but you can perform the add more environment to perform. Okay, you can go to the edit. Okay, you can perform the steps. First check out the code. Okay, why I'm doing here, because I need to create an instance of the API. Okay, now you can see that what I have to do here, I have to make a request to extract the operation. I have to get the token. Okay, with the help of connected app. The connected app which I have configured here, that client ID secret I have to use. Okay, although I am demonstrating here the client ID secret is hard coded here, but you can definitely pass as many variables I am using here, but just for demo purpose I am keeping here as a hard coded. Okay, so what I am doing here, you can see that right now I am just creating one blank space in property file. You can see that config the dev environment. Right now it's sandbox for me dot properties. Okay, the second thing is that this is the token, make a request. Okay, and then get access the token. am making a request on the API. Okay, token API, and with the help of client ID secret grant type, and I receive token, and that token I am adding into the property file itself. Okay, so I can use those properties somewhere else if required. Okay, so I extract the token and adding to the property file of the application of the environment. Okay, once I have added here, okay, let me cancel it, and then I go to Bamboo. Like what I am doing here, I am uploading all the properties, all the keys of the Bamboo file of the property file of the application to the memory. Okay, so I can utilize with the help of this format, like access the variable and you will get the data value. Okay, and that can be accessed through the bamboo dot inject dot the key name of the property. Okay, so once it's uploaded, you can go and create instance. Okay, what I am doing here in the create instance, you can see this is the I am calling minus hyphen p API. Okay, you can see that in the profile I am using API, right? So I am going to call this profile now in my POM file. Okay, so you can see that token, you can see that Bamboo inject and token, right? As I explained in the earlier steps, that all the property which I am uploading, I need to access through the bamboo.inject with the key name, right? The token which I have wrote in the my this steps this step. So I added the script token in this property and the uploaded properties in the memory, and then I am extracting with the help of bamboo inject token and the same other properties, okay, just to create the instance of the API on the platform. Okay, so what is the next part? Once it is created, okay, you can see that once I call this PAPI a profile, then it will call to the Groovy scripts, and the Groovy scripts perform the operation to upload all the properties in the Groovy, and then Groovy environment, and then it will it will extract the information about my profile, environment, sandbox, API, API version, and then it will upgrade. It will create a new instance. If existing instance is there, it will create a new instance and delete a previous instance. Okay, so you will have only one instance at a time. So you can it will upgrade automatically on the platform. Fine. This is the one part, and this is the step, and then what I have to do, you can see that what in the steps of the Groovy, you can see. Let me go to the Groovy script. Okay, src scripts. Okay, you can see in the Groovy script that after executing Groovy script, I am adding API ID to the property. You can see that this property is being set with the new API ID, like whichever I am receiving after API instance I create on any point platform API manager. Okay, so I set in the property, I wrote in the property again, and then I have to upload, I have to load property in memory again, because the property are new property added in the property. So I need that API ID, API instance ID, to enable API discovery on the platform. Okay, you can see that where is the API ID, client ID, API ID, let me check. Okay, you can see that is the API ID, bamboo inject API ID. Why inject? As I explained earlier, that I need to use this namespace to access the variable. Okay, so that's done. Okay, all created, and then clean work directory up to the folder. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so let's go to the execute the plan first. Okay, one by one. Once you can see that already 18 version of the artifacts already available in the platform. Okay, application, when I will execute again, it will update the version. Okay, let me execute again. You can see that. Okay, it is being executed now. You can see it's being executed. You can see the logs. Okay, now let me go here. It is being executed. You can see that. Okay, you can see the uploading. Okay, this is being uploaded. Artifacts report, you can see that's 19 version. Okay, you can see this 19 version, right now I have 18. Let's refresh it. It's still being uploaded. Just wait for a couple of moments. Just wait for a couple of moments. Yeah, it's done. Right, it's uploaded. And then now refresh it. You can see this is 19 version has been uploaded here. Okay, now what is the next? Okay, once a new updated change has been uploaded in Exchange, then I have to deploy application again on runtime environment. Okay, this is runtime. I am using runtime 5 right now. So deployment steps, sandbox, I am using, as I explained all the steps. Okay, sandbox steps, I have explained that. All the steps is being executed. So right, I'm going to run the application. Okay, now you what we have to check here, we have to check that there is no API instance has been created, or there is no application has been deployed. You can see that there is no API instance has been created. Okay, and there is no application has been deployed with the name of anypoint runtime repo. Okay, so what will happen here, it will create an instance, it will register and create instance of the API and register with the app with the help of API ID, instance API instance ID. Okay, so let me run the application now. I will run the application. I'll go here. Okay, I'm releasing 19 version. Okay, you can see that this is the previous version. So new version I am releasing 19. Okay, let me run the application. Okay, you can see that this is being executed now. Yeah, let's go and we'll check the logs. It will, you can see the Groovy is being the Groovy steps has been called, Groovy profile has been called. You can see that the API will be instance will be created. Okay, you can see that instance has been created. Okay, just few moments back. Okay, now what is the next? Once it's created, it will create a binary and will start the deployment. Okay, let's see, it will populate automatically here. And once it will, this application will started properly, you will see that API status will be as a registered state. Okay, so let's wait for a couple of moments. Yeah, you can see this is started deploying application. Okay, you can see that checking the application, the sandbox has started. You can see that it's still being deployed. Once it will be deployed, you can see this, it will, status will be changed into registered user. Let's wait until deployed. Still being deployed. Okay, let's wait for that. Or else we can check from controller if you want. Still being deployed. You can see that it is still being deployed, so you cannot see status here. It's still unlisted. Okay, let me open let me run this command here to get the, let me open the command here. Yeah, it's started here. Let me check the status here. It's still being updated. Let me refresh it. Yeah, it has been started. Okay, now what is the next point here? We'll see that the API should be registered. It takes a couple of moments to activate here, upload and process the registry, but just wait for a couple of moments. It will be updated here by itself. Okay, once it will change, you can see that it has been activated, right? Because the application has been started. Now what is the next? The next is that to how to access the API. Okay, although you can add perform the operation, you can provide the access of the API from Exchange, but I am not doing that automatically. Or you can that perform the operation using the Exchange from here. Okay, let me go to the Exchange, to the update this one. You can see that sandbox application updated. Go to the provide the access. Okay, you can see that access is provided. You can see that client ID and secret. Fine. What is the next? Let's call this application. Okay, what is the application name? It's RTF, right? You can see that. Hello world. Let me show you that here. This is the URL of the application, and then you have to add the API and the specific resource to perform the operation. Okay, so what is that? I have you can see that I have copied here, and then with the API and the resource name is RTF hyphen repo. So it's everything is almost same. So just to avoid any confusion, its resource is the API version. Right now I'm keeping as API only instead of version, and this is the application name. Okay, this is the domain. Okay, what is this? And then I'm using client ID secret. Fine. Now you can use I can use that, and I can make the request to get the data. I can see that Sadiq is here, right? So that's the way to use connected app. You can use the connected app to perform the operation, right? You can see that to publish the Exchange Design Center, application runtime manager, and the RTF, all the environments, RTF, all the environments, I have provided access the user to perform the operation. Okay, so this is the main part of the whichever you want to provide the access, the user can perform the operation or perform the governance job on the platform uh, which you are configure in your environment. Okay, so that's it. Hope you like that. Thanks so much.